representatively. So, in this match, we have a representative Spider from Singapore, Winkyface Palmal Fiddy from Australia. At the moment, in the grand final, we have Gaming Boy from Indonesia and Simply Manic from Australia, who finished off top 2 in the winners bracket final. So, best of luck to the players, and we're going to be starting off on Spring 11. So, round 1. Losers bracket final, very high stakes, so the top 2 players will secure their spot in the grand final and receive some prize money on top of that. So no early mistakes between the players. Looks like Palma just has a bit of a slower start, but let's see how it will go. Very, very close round so far. It looks like Palma having the first early mistake, not having the best exit speed due to that in this turn. Actually, this at the moment is following a close fight between Spider and Fiddy, as actually Spider touches the wall, managed to be forced down into the inside line, thus losing a bit. And even though Fiddy a bit touched in the inside of the finish, it was still enough for him to maintain second place. And this round it was won by Winkyface, securing the first 10-pointer of the match, following by Fiddy in second place, Spider in third, and Palmer in last. So no early mistakes from the players so far, except Winkyface, who touches the side of the barrier. Sadly does get a bit too much airtime there and touches the side of the barrier. Current match leader sadly won't have not the best round so far. Although, wait, where did he come from? Okay, as Sinus Apple says, he pressed B to boost. Like, what was that? So anyway, due to that, he now even attacks and even almost snipes first place. And yeah, still this round was won by Fiddy, followed by Winkyface, with almost even sniping Fiddy, following by Spider and then Palmer. I'll be honest, I have no idea what was that, but I think that was a really insane risk from Winkyface right there, and just well executed ports. So coming in next round, we still have Palma, who has a pretty big gap and a bit out of this race in this round. Looks like Spider goes for the middle line attack, trying to secure him for the inside line and risks too much, and that bit touches the top of the barrier. At the moment, the race is being won by Fiddy, followed by Winkyface, Spider, and Palma is a bit to the back as well, so no big major mistakes at the end. It's gonna be easily secured 10-pointer for Fiddy, followed by Winkyface, Spider, and Palma. So it looks like after just a couple of rounds, Fiddy at the moment is in the lead with 26 points, Winkyface 22, Spider 12, and Palma 9. So we didn't see any of the early bonks in the polls, as we see almost, I think, every single match when this map is being played. Pretty close fight between all of the players so far. Oh, very good lines actually there from Winkyface. Gets a lot of extra speed from that turn. Palma does not have the best performances. Actually, Fiddy touches the wall, but since you don't really need that much speed. Here was actually, I think, what was that mistake from Winkyface? He lost so much speed, I think he clipped to the side of the barrier. So it will be actually Spider securing the 10-pointer in this round, followed by Palma with the +6, even though having an early mistake on the mistakes in the latter part of the map from Fiddy and Winkyface allow him to overtake. Bit of a chaotic start, I would say. So in map 2 is going to be Spring 22, the dirt and ice hybrid map. So after first map we have Fiddy with 30 points, Winkyface with 25, Spider is close with 22, Palma with 15. So players Palma and Fiddy actually came from the losers bracket round 3 match, where they were one against NRC from Australia and Einol from Malaysia. So that's how they secured their spots in this match, although Winkyface and Spider did get 3rd and 4th place in the winners bracket final. So sadly they did not have the best performance, where Simply Nick and Gaming Boy managed to secure the top positions and the grand final slots as well. So top 2 players from this match will move on to the grand final, securing some extra prize money on top of that, and the bottom 2 players will sadly go home with 5th and 6th place. So this map is one of the maps that just a very small mistake or just a bit awkwardly taken line will allow you to lose a lot of time during the process. It's a very speed maintaining map, so one small mistake can lose you like maybe even up to 3 seconds, I feel like, on some parts. So I think we're gonna see expecting some pretty big gaps on this map. But well, let's see what will the players be able to do so. Looks like all players don't have early mistakes for the ice dirt slide. Actually, Spider now having a small lead over the Australians. Let's see who will have the best exit speed here. Actually, Winky Face doesn't have the best transition there, and that puts him in the bottom part. Because this is one of the crucial parts of the map where maintaining a lot of exit speed is important for this entire section, since it's a bit like domino effects and goes all together, so it will be a pretty bunch of time lost. So actually we see Spider actually still maintaining first position, following by Fiddy. Then actually looks like yeah, Palmer settles it out with. Actually Spider loses a gear, and Winky Face not having the best of rounds, and actually it will allow Fiddy to still maintain his second position in this match, as Winky Face still managed to finish in third place, and Palmo barely finishing on time in fourth. So very nice, useful 10-pointer for Spider. Put him back in the race, now closing in even the first place positions in this match. Oh, very shaky line from Winky Face right there, sliding out already, having a massive time gap after just first few turns. Looks like Palmo having a very unfortunate touch in the dirt part. Actually, Spider as well didn't have the best approach right there, so we'll lose. Won't give him the most optimal exit speed. That will allow Fiddy to have a nice catch-up, or sorry, run away from other players. Oh no, looks like actually Spider goes for a minor speed slide right there. This will allow him to catch up a bit with an aggressive inside line as well. Oh, he goes for the early release. Fiddy trying to save it. Let's see who'll go for the end. Looks like Fiddy was trying to go really safe, but it will actually allow Spider to overtake him and secure another plus 10 points on this map. So Fiddy only gets plus 6 points, Palmer gets plus 4, and Winky Face with the early mistake in last. So now, even with the small mistakes from other players and Spider having a couple of good rounds, that will allow him to put with a tie position with Fiddy in this match so far. So top 2 players from this match go to the grand finals. Bottom 2 sadly get eliminated. So it's a very high stakes in this match. Looks like Spider again has a pretty good opening start of the map. Looks like Winky Face is a bit lagging. Palmo not having the best of matches so far, having a lot of mistakes happening in this. Looks like Spider not having the best of dirt parts will lose him a lot of extra speed. Palmer, on the other hand, having a lot of extra speed going out to the dirt part, allowing him to maintain a lot of extra speed throughout this entire part. Winky Face at the moment leading the race, trying to go for this attack and finally scoring some 10 pointers on this map. Palmer going for the attack, goes closing in on the gap between Winky Face. Actually, Spider tries to go for the awkward push, but does not work out that well. Fiddy just goes for this small early low jump, but it's not enough. Palmer goes for a very upright approach. And who will it be? It's actually going to be Winky Face securing the plus 10 points, maintaining the best on ice, following by Spider, Fiddy on third, and then Palmer with the early mistake in last place. So yeah, now we have a bit of a secured leader, Spider, using this map to his advantage, getting some extra points now, jumping into the lead, having even plus 2 advantage over Fiddy. Although Winky Face and Fiddy are just right there, only having just a couple of points being behind, and a couple of unfortunate rounds from Spider or really good rounds from the Australians can a bit flip this game on its head as well. So coming out on the early parts, looks like Palmo again not having one of the best of starts, while the other Australians, Winky Face and Fiddy, are still trying to secure an extra 10-pointer in this match. Winky Face trying to attack Spider for the first place. Fiddy trying to at least capitalize on other mistakes, or trying to push as well now. goes for the grab, reduces the time gap down to only 0.2 seconds, goes for the early jump, but he does not execute the best. Goes for a very safe approach, maybe capitalizing on other players' mistakes. Meanwhile, a very close fight. The Spider actually touches the ball, and I think that will allow Fiddy to capitalize and get a +6 points due to that. And Winky Face will be securing the +10 points, following by Fiddy, who played safe the end and secured the extra +2 points over Spider, who got 3rd place, and Palmer with another early mistake in 4th. So coming in a map 3, we actually have a 3-way tie so far between Fiddy, Spider, and Winky Face. All players having 52 points. Palmer is a bit behind with 28. But now it comes down to this map. This, I would say, is one of the maps that is most difficult to beat Rigyu on. Since some ports are too precise that it's a bit hard to be consistent at. So let's see who will be the one who will be managed to go in the lead after this map. I'll be honest, players so far are not looking that consistent on this map, I'll be honest. Like, some mistakes in the warm-up, but the stakes are pretty high on this match. Top 2 players from this match move on to the grand finals and score some prize money in their pockets as well. Bottom 2 players, sadly, will have to go home in 5th and 6th place accordingly. So some of the pressure might come in. Make some hands a bit shaken, not doing the right inputs as intended. So since the pressure is pretty high in this matchup, stakes are high, so some mistakes might happen time to time. Alright, first round on Spring 19. Losers bracket final between Fiddy, Spider, Winky Face, and Palmo. Let's see who will be the best players on this map, and who will be the ones who will be going into lead and entering in the next map. It's like pretty relatively close round between all of the 3 Australians. All 3 Australians actually taking a bit different lines. Palmo actually finally getting the opportunity and going in a minor lead at the moment. Actually executing that turn relatively well with a very shaky line, as we saw Winky Face actually hitting the pole, getting a bit airtime from the reactor boost part. And actually now Spider goes for the attack, but Fiddy says I can attack even better. And now even goes for the overtake on Spider, and even now attacks Palmo for the Sparta. Actually, he goes for the both inside lines, trying to at least secure the gear, but the exit speed will not be enough, and it will be a very close fight. And actually going to be Spider taking the +10 pointer, following by Fiddy, then Palmo in 3rd. Really close rounds between Fiddy and Palmo and Spider at the end, but it was Spider who came on top. And Winky Face, with sadly with the mistake in the middle, will secure only +3. Now due to that, Spyro now goes into lead over 4 points over the Australians. That's putting him in the best advantageous situation at the moment. Looks like Winky Face again not having one of the best starts, but he still can. It's not too far away. So he can still do some very nice attack and do some damage in this match. So Spider at the moment is leading, Fiddy not having the best of exit speeds right there. So let's see, we have seen quite a bit of mistakes in this part from the players. Let's see, actually all players maintain it, although Winky Face did release a bit to save himself a bit in this situation. But that does put him a bit in the back. Looks like both Australians a bit lagging. Again, a pretty relative. Oh, Fiddy again going for that inside line. Let's see if it will pay off. If one of the other players loses the gear at the end, it will lose their position. Let's see who will be down to the end. It's gonna be actually Palmo taking it, and Fiddy was really close on sniping it. Winky Face in 3rd and Spider in 4th. Actually, a really close round so far. One of the best rounds we have seen in this match. And it will actually be Palmo, who is at the moment at the bottom in the match, will be taking the extra 10-pointer and closing the gap to the other players. But still, Spider still maintains in the first place, despite getting not the best performance in that previous round, but he still maintains in first place with only 1 point advantage. As I say that, sadly, he is... Yeah, it's a bit of like a Where's Waldo play page with this camera. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, Spider is a bit last in this labyrinth, being a bit behind, only 7 seconds behind. Meanwhile, at the top, we have the 3 Australians fighting for the top 3 places in this round. At the moment, Palmal again leading. Looks like this is one of his favorable maps so far. Winky is actually going for the attack on Palmal. But Fidi as well a bit slowly inching himself closer to the other players as well. Actually, Fidi now finally goes for the exit outside line, sorry. Actually, with Palmal touching a bit too much sun, but he will reduce speed, but it's still enough to maintain a first place in this round, following by Winky Face, Fidi. And will Spider actually be managed to finish? Oh, barely. He was, fun fact, Spider was 8 thousandths away from finishing. Sorry, if he was 8,000 slower, he would not score those +3 points. So at least he managed to finish them barely in time. So yeah, at least he scored the extra +3. So now we actually have Fidi and Spider being tied for top 2 places. In this match, Spider again not having the best of starts so far. Between all the 3 Australians are really close so far. Let's see if there will be any mistakes in this part. Looks like all players so far. Oh, Spider having a bit shaky line. He had to release to save it. Winky Face as well. Oh, but he has a very good release there in the NASCAR turn. That puts a lot of exit speed in that turn. Spider is still a bit behind. All the top 3 players are still in very close back. Looks like Fidi goes for the inside line and Spider bit touches, loses a lot of speed at the end. And at the end, we're actually gonna have Winky Face taking the 10-pointer with a very close round over the both Australians. Fidi getting second, Palmal third, and Spider getting another +3. So actually very close rounds at the top were on that map. Usually we see a lot of pretty big gaps, a lot of mistakes, but players were getting a bit more consistent and faster as well, pace-wise. So, next map is gonna be Spring 09. If we take a look at the results, top 3 is fairly close. Winky Face with 75 points at the moment in the lead. Fidi with 74, Spider with 71, and Palmal is a bit behind, but he has increased the gap between the other players down just to 15 points. So Spider, Palmal, even though being at the moment, he has caught up quite a bit on the last map. So let's see how will this map actually favor him. We actually saw that Spider was looking really good on this map, driving even some 36s in rounds. So let's see what the players will be able to do this time around. Winky Face as well does have the top 20 roll time, but it was used with the cut. And this event, the cuts sadly are not allowed, so he will actually have to do the safe way approach. So, first round on Spring 09 between Winky Face, Fidi, Spider, and Palmal. The loser bracket final. Top 2 players go to the grand final, bottom 2 go home. So far at the start of the map, we have a relatively close round. Winky Face a bit late being in the lead, although Spider goes for the inner overtake. Fidi following in 3rd place. Palmal as well very close in 4th. It all comes down to the end. Spider goes for the bit aggressive inner line, will be enough to overtake Winky Face. Very close fight for the top 2 positions. Actually, we can with Spider maintaining his 1st position, Winky Face getting 2nd, and sadly Palmal does bonk the NCP, and that will allow Fidi to take the 3rd place and 4 points. And Palmal will sadly get the +3. Now, due to that, Spider jumps in the tied lead together with Winky Face, being 2 rounds win away from finalists from both players. And as we saw, both players, Winky Face and Spider, do have the pace to potentially pull that off. But let's see. Potentially also go Fidi and Palmal as well. Palmal is actually at the moment in the lead. We take a look in the overview camera. Looks like that Winky Face is a bit behind, but looks like Palmal actually has a lot of exit speed during this part. Spider tries to go for a small attack, has just tiny bit more exit speed, but Fidi has way more. So it calms down to the end line, and let's see who will be overtaking. Palmal has really well executed this line. He will secure a +10 pointer. Spider will secure +6, Winky Face +4, and Fidi +3. Yeah, a bit unfortunate start from Winky Face. I think he would have potentially caught up. But yeah, this will put the situation really, really close so far. So Spider is only 13 points away from entering the finalists. He just needs to win one round and get a top 3. He just needs to basically win one round and finish. And he will be the first player to enter finalists. So a very close round, also already coming to the end section of the map. Very close fight between all of the players. Palmer is in minor league. He tries to go for the bump SDs, but let's see how who will be executed. As actually Winky Face has a minor mistake, and actually gonna be a very close fight between the top 3 players, as Palmer will actually secure another plus 10 points. Closing into the other players, Spider gonna secure plus 6, Fiddy will be with plus 4, and Winky Face with the mistake at the end will be able to finish, but will score only plus 3 points. So Spider, 7 points away from 7 points away from reaching finalist. Winky Face is also relatively close, same with Fiddy, and Palmo with some of his extra plus 10 pointers is already also slowly catching up to the other players. He was quite a bit behind to the other players, but yeah, he's slowly inching his way. But will it be enough to catch up? Let's see. Yeah, Spider not having the best start so far, but it has been a relatively close fight between Winky Face and Palmo. Actually, Fiddy goes for a very aggressive inside line, and will it be enough to overtake? No, it will be actually Winky Face taking that plus 10 pointer, followed by Fiddy, then Palmo, and then Spider in last. Very good round actually from all players doing a time under 38 seconds. But it will now put in a situation where we have 3 players with over 90 points. And we're going to Spring 14. So Winky Face just needs to finish. Spider needs to score a top 3 finish. Fiddy needs to win a round. And Palmo needs to basically do all of that what I said to reach the final status. So I'm pretty sure that on this map we will see the first finalist. Maybe we will see even the first finish of the match. But let's see what will happen. Like I said on previous map when we had the winners bracket final, when I said that Simply Nick was the favorite, sadly he was not the person to secure the finalist on this map. It was actually Gaming Boy in the winners bracket final, and Simply Nick did that round later on. So Gaming Boy and Simply Nick are already waiting for the grand final, where they will be facing off against the top 2 players from this match, and will be fighting for the $60 prize money. So points wise, Winky Face 98, only 2 points off. Finalist Spider only 4 points off. Fiddy 9, and Palmo 17. So first round on Spring 14. Let's see what will the players be able to do. So Winky Face just needs to finish, but he can also deny extra points from other players, so he has more attempts on potentially making a comeback in this match, or giving him more opportunities to finish off in finalist. So at the moment, actually, Palmo is going into the lead. Winky Face is in close second. Spider is in a third with a pretty big gap, and Fiddy at the bottom. So let's focus on the top 2 players. So looks like Winky Face goes for the attack over Palmo. Who will be the 2 players really close? Looks like Winky Face has a bit more exit speed, and Winky Face will be the person who will secure the plus 10 pointer, as well be the first person to enter the finalist status. Spider as well. So we will have first double finalist situation between Winky Face and Spider. The player who wins the round between Winky Face and Spider will secure a slot in the grand final later on. Fiddy needs to get a top 2 finish or a top 1 finish to deny other players and potentially put him in finalist status as well. But sadly, with the early mistake... Oh no, never mind. That was Australian internet just played on me, sorry. So Fiddy and Winky Face are having this OCE internet moment. Anyway, Winky Face is meanwhile going into the lead, following by Spider. Fiddy actually having a bit too much airtime in that turn, but he still maintains the top position. Looks like Winky Face at the moment having the best opportunity to secure his finalist status, and Winky Face will be the third person to enter the grand final together with Gaming Boy and Simply Nick. And now we have only Spider who's left in finalists, but sadly Fiddy is only 2 points away from reaching finalists himself. So it's all up to now to Palmol and Fiddy to defend and put another Australian in the grand final. So Spider really needs to, and looks like one Australian is down. It's gonna be actually Fiddy who will have an early mistake. Palmol is in a bit gap over behind Spider, so Spider has a pretty good chance now on finishing finalist status himself. Oh, very shaky line, but will be that Spider gets the no slide, and it will actually allow Palmol to take over, go for the overtake, and due to that, oh, still early line, he's looking very shaky, and it will be actually Spider barely, since if Palmol, I think, did not crash, it was actually, he could have overtaken, but it's gonna be Spider who will be securing the second slot in the grand final. So the grand final will have Winky Face from Australia, Spider from Singapore, Gaming Boy from Indonesia, and Simply Nick from Australia. So 2 Australians, 1 Singaporean, and 1 Indonesian in the grand final. So that was really close round. A bit unfortunate from Paul. Paul had the really nice opportunity to put himself in the finalist and deny Spider, but sadly that was not enough.